And welcome back. You know, if you're a student of Mexican art, culture, and history, you really don't want to miss a rare exhibit of calendar art that's now on display at the John E. Connor Museum at Texas A&M Kingsville. It's a pretty fascinating look at a very diverse and productive period in the history of Mexico. The decades that followed the Mexican Revolution at the beginning of the 20th century were times of great change and a cultural renaissance in Mexico. As people began moving from the countryside into the cities, lots of companies, both Mexican and American, were eager to sell their products to the rapidly growing markets of new customers. And calendars featuring beautiful women in traditional settings became the preferred method of advertising. Oddly enough, though, the products that were being pushed were never shown in the actual artwork. And that brings us to the exhibition of calendar art that's now on display in the Connor Museum at Texas A&M Kingsville. It's on loan from the Bacall family's private collection. It's rarely shown in public, so this is a rare opportunity to view some works from a unique period in the history of modern Mexico.
We have about 5 of the actual calendars, but the majority of these works are the original oil paintings, which were turned into lithographs later, but these are the original artist's work.
The art critics of those times did not like the calendar art because it relied heavily on European standards of beauty. However, that's what the advertisers were demanding, and while the artist they hired worked in that style, the subject matter was distinctly Mexican and not European.
But at the same time, it was one of the first times that they really incorporated indigenous Mexican culture and elements of Mexican heritage into the art.
And that really resonated with the public. The calendars were hugely popular in those years. They were widely distributed in all kinds of businesses and often given away as gifts.
And even after the calendars were used up, they would cut the prints out and use them as decoration in the room because they are art.
Some of the images in the exhibit, like this one, are truly iconic. And all of them reflect a pride in Mexican culture and a new sense of national identity.
They present a very nostalgic, very idealistic vision of Mexico. They incorporate a lot of traditional elements. They're beautiful girls, that always helps. But people like the art and the fact that they incorporated the elements of their culture and the different regions and the different costumes really brought them home to the audiences.
A lot of this art was generated during the golden age of Mexican cinema in the 1930s and 1940s. And that influence also shows up in a lot of these paintings.
You see a lot of glamorous, almost Hollywood-looking images. One of them right by the door there is Maria Felix, who is a great beloved Mexican movie star, the flower of Mexico. And so that's definitely represented in the imagery.
The exhibit, which is both in English and Spanish, runs through May 24th, and it's free of charge. The Connor Museum is open from 8 to 5 Monday through Friday and from 10 to 4 p.m. on Saturdays.